I know that whenever I do this, I get the usual, this stuff doesn't matter, we're already an authoritarian state, there's nothing we can do, etc., etc., etc. And I know that this app is just rotten with people who will sell you doom, but I will sell you a realistic perspective on what's happening. A realistic perspective, which means two things. It means first, things are pretty bad. You might even say catastrophic. We are staring directly at the end of American democracy. It's a real possibility, maybe better than even odds. My optimism says it's about even odds. At the same time, anyone who studies authoritarian states will tell you that public opinion matters a great deal. And certainly in circumstances when someone is attempting to impose authoritarianism, they need to be popular. They need to have real standing with the broad public. They need to be able to sell this as beneficial. It's actually very difficult to impose authoritarianism when the public, when the broad public does not want it and does not like the person imposing it. That's all to say that there's some new poll numbers out about Trump, about his position on issues, about his approval, and about where Democrats stand in relation to the next year's elections, which suggest, again, as I've been saying, that Trump's political position is so much more tenuous than it looks. And in fact, the aggressiveness with which he's pursuing his aims is probably linked directly to this very tenuous and fragile political position. So in short, he's underwater on every issue but border security. And on the issue that got him elected, inflation, there's almost a 30-point gap between those who approve, 34%, and those who disapprove, 61%. On other issues where Trump has normally been strong, trade, large gaps, 16-point gap on trade. There's even a 6-point gap on immigration, an 8-point gap on deportations, a 12-point gap on foreign policy. He is underwater on everything, even on crime and public safety. Crime, 45% approve, 48% disapprove. Democrats are +8, according to this poll, on the generic ballot. Most Americans blame Trump for the state of the economy, and Trump is at 56% disapproval and 41% approval. These are bad numbers. If the electorate is anywhere that Democratic next year, no amount of gerrymanders is going to save the Republican majority. It might even cost Republicans their Senate majority. Trump is vulnerable. Republicans are vulnerable. Their actions reflect, I think, this vulnerability. And I think it's important to recognize that the game isn't over yet, that politics are still in effect, and that they know they can lose. And you should know that they can lose.